Hi everyone. How are you? Oops, stop that. So today is May 17th, 2026. And in this video, I just wanted to share with you my experience with Woomer pencils and also to do an unboxing and a swatch with a new swatch sheet that I made and that I have available on my Ko-fi page, link below. You can download it for free. So now I today have all 133 colors. So Woomer pencils, I've been hearing about the past year. A lot of prominent colorists, how they recommend it. They said just like Prismacolor, all that. And so initially only the 72 set was available. So I got that set and I put it in this 72 slot wrap here that you see, which I love. I love using wraps. I always like them, but I also like them a little bit better than the cases, almost because it's so convenient. But they only come in small. Well, you can get larger numbers, but after 72 pencils, these wraps can be too unwieldily long. You know? So this is the 72 set. And I think I did a video, my initial reaction to, and I thought these were very good pencils. They seemed all right. I compared them to Arctics because I thought they looked like Arctics. And then I made my own, my homemade swatch here. I didn't post anything I didn't make one for Ko-fi for people. I just made my own handmade swatch sheet. So yeah, now my experience was after I got the pencils, I decided to use them in my coloring book, Boho Style Hippie Girls here. And I did a video on this as well, where I colored in this picture here. So this picture, I from August 26, 2025, I did this picture completely in Woomer pencils. And I have to say, after I made this, I wasn't that thrilled with them. I didn't feel they were as pigmented as Prismacolor, and I was a little disappointed with the results. And, you know, after this, I thought, you know, that's it. I put the pencils aside and I didn't use them for a few months. Now I realize, and I'm going to share with you, is that I didn't consider the paper in factoring how the pencil worked, which, you know, any colorist knows paper, right? Pencils work well on some paper and not well on other paper. And I didn't factor that in when I initially got turned off. You know, not that it's bad, it's just that not as good as, you know, some other brands I would use on this. Now I realize, looking back and realizing that it was the paper more than the pencil. But I didn't realize it for a few months because I had written off the pencils, right? Now this paper in this book is very thin. Very, very thin, like cheap copy paper, not even good copy paper. Because recently, so I put these aside. I did this months ago. I put it aside, put the pencils aside. That was that. Moved on. And then just recently on Color My World, I love her channel. She has a lot of great lessons. And one of the things she did was to give people a download here where you could practice your strokes. It looks like this initially, and then you fill it in to get that muscle memory for using different strokes in your coloring. And I decided, well, what pencils do I want to use? And I didn't want to use my good pencils. So I said, well, let me get the Woomers out, you know. I'll use them for this exercise. I don't care about this exercise, right? Now I printed this out on very good quality copy paper, but it's still just copy paper. But it's a little bit better and thicker than that coloring book I just showed you. It's a good, it's a good thick, nice premium, copy paper. So it's slightly better. And I noticed when I was using the Woomer pencils on this paper, I thought, wow, these pencils look great. They feel great, look great. And that's not what I remembered. I'm like, I remember these pencils, they sucked before. What is going on here? And then I realized, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, what's going on? Is that cognitive dissonance? I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, why are they so great with this sheet? Yeah, but they were so disappointing before. So I was like, oh, let's give Woomer a chance. Let's give Woomer a second. So I just recently did a video. I've been going through the pages of fairy tales and folklore. I love this book. So many others. I can see why. Now the paper quality in this book is phenomenal, right? It's top-notch quality paperwork. And I had done this page in watercolor. And so what I like to do is put the base in watercolor and then go over it with color pencil. So I decided, let me try the Woomer color pencils. And so I started using them. They're a soft pencil. They're not waxy, so they're not, when you put them down, it's kind of crumbly looking, like a Prismacolor. Like, it's not going to be smooth. And so I just put, like, a single layer down. Now, when you're coloring on top of watercolor paper or something watercolor painting like this, there's no tooth, right? So you need something that you can just put down one layer and smooth it out and have it stick. And I found that when I just put a little bit of the Woomer pencil and then just blended it with my blender here, it blended out beautifully. It really smooths out to a nice smooth transition. And I didn't need to use layer upon layer. I could just use one layer and be done in certain areas. So I was very, very happy with how the Woomer pencils worked on the watercolor, the page that I put watercolor on. So I was like, wow. Then suddenly, months later, I'm like, I love these Woomer pencils. These are great. They work great. I really like them. So now, in the meantime, while this was going on, I had heard from, I think it was from Crystal Color and Style. She had explained that Woomer had expanded its collection. So from the 70, no longer just 72, they now had or have 133 colors. So in order to have all 133 colors, you need to have the 72 set, which I had, plus the 90 pencil set that they're selling. Now, initially I was like, I'm not going to get the full set. I didn't care. But after my experience here with the watercolor, because I plan on using watercolor on a lot of these pages and other pages, I decided, you know what? These pencils work so great on the watercolor. I think, in my opinion, I am going to get the full set. I wasn't going to initially. So that leads me to the box opening section of my video right here. Just arrived. The 90 set is still in the wrapper. I have not opened it yet, so you can see for yourself how it is. They have 3 drawers, and I already put together my swatch here for all 133 colors, which again you can download for free from my Ko-fi. It's linked below. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open this up and then get some swatching done. I did not buy a carry case for this. I think I'm just going to leave it in the box. So I don't know how I'm going to rearrange these. I'm thinking they need to be rearranged to put the yellows together and whatnot, but I'm going to figure that out. I may have to break down and get another pencil case. I really prefer the wraps. I can get a large wrap, but when they get really large, it's way too big. It's not so good anymore. In my opinion, I don't like it above, like 100 or 72 actually. All right, so here are the pencils, 90 colors. Open the next layer. So you can see the drawers in the front here. You can see that. Let me move the picture. So you can buy these separately. You can buy the 72 and 90 set together if you don't have any Woomer, or if you already have the 72 set like I did, you just buy the 90 set separately. They also have another set that they put out of green pencils, which for people who want an extra set of green. but they're not, it's not necessary to get them to have the full set. You only need the 72 and the 90. Now, of course, 72 and 90 pencils is 162, not 133, which means you do have some doubling up. You're going to have some 29 doubles, which is, you know, fine. Never hurts to have a backup pencils. And I think you can buy singles from their website as well if you use the pencil up. All right, so here we go. 90. There's 90 colors here. The colors on the back. All right, so they have little drawers with little ribbons. Oh, it should be this way. Woomer on the top there. They have a nice little ribbon here. You can pull out each drawer. Yeah, that's very nice. Like a little, I don't know, jewelry case. It reminds me of a jewelry case. Yeah, your precious jewels are in here, precious pencils. So, yeah, so these are it. 30 per drawer. Okay, so to separate them a little bit here. It's bottom drawer. Doesn't want to separate. Come on, you. Okay, it's out. My drawers are getting stuck. Uh-oh. Yeah, they might have to go in a bag. I'm going to have to get a separate bag. I think that during the travels coming down here, I think the drawers got jammed together here. Okay. I'm going to pull it out all the way, I think. All right, so I'll pull it out, lift it up. All right, there. I don't know why it was. Let's pull them all out. That's the easier way to do it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here's the swatch. There is a swatch that comes with it. It'll come out. There we go. All right, so they do give you a 90 color swatch sheet that you can use. I'm not going to be using this one. I'm going to be using the 133 one I made so that I have all the colors from both sets in one swatch sheet. Now, the great thing here, I think, is that you have both sets, the 72 and the 90 set, all the 133 colors on one side of one 8.5 by 11 sheet. So you don't have to go looking at two different swatch sheets for the same set of pencils. Yeah, so I printed this out on copy paper. Usually I like to print out on cardstock, but for this time I thought these pencils work so well on copy paper, I'll just use copy paper. There we go. So I'm going to shift this aside. I'm going to figure out one color on and color on the box there. I need something firm to color on top of. Firm and smooth. Didn't think about that before I started. There we go. I've got a notebook here. Let me try that. Yeah, it's a little better. Do that. All right. Let's get swatching with the Woomer. So I'm going to be swatching both sets onto this sheet. So of course, we got to start with the white. And of course, white, you're not even going to see anything, of course. So, and I'm not really seeing much. All right. Faint yellow. And there's the next one. You can see that, I hope. Yes. I should sharpen them. Okay, sharpen it here. So this is faint yellow, so you can, not gonna barely see that one. It looks very faint. And then we have light yellow glaze. Okay, so light yellow glaze is now, oh, just so you know, I got the order of the pencils from their website. They list all their pencils there by sections. So I went by their order on their website for how to order these pencils. So I'm looking for light yellow glaze. Oh, okay, it's this one. I'll put this one back for now. This one was light cadmium yellow. I'll get to that later. Okay, light yellow glaze. So yeah, so I was looking all over for just their pencils listed out, and I couldn't find it until of course, I went to their website. And what they do is they have the pencils listed by group, like the yellows and the greens and the blues. So I went to each group and wrote down the names from there. But it wasn't like a list all in one place. I mean, unless somebody else did it, you know, some other colorist on YouTube may have done it, listed them all. But you can get them from my sheet now because I have them all listed on the sheet here. If you're looking for all the colors in one place. And a nice thing too is when you go to their website, they ask you if there's any color that you want that they have not provided. They're like, is there any color you want that we haven't created for you in a set? So I thought that was nice, and I was thinking about it. I'm like, is there a color that I'd want that they haven't put in? I was thinking about that. Okay, this one is Spring Bud. Okay, it's like a greenish yellow, almost like a chartreusey or a limpiel kind of color. Nice spring color there. Okay, next is Yellow Ochre. Okay, Yellow Ochre. So this Yellow Ochre is more orangey than the typical Yellow Ochre. Looks to me like more of a light orangey yellow type color. Maybe a little touch of brownish in there. Yeah. Next is Cream. Okay. Cream. The cream is a little lighter than the Yellow Ochre, but so in the same family there. Looks very like a light version of it. A touch of yellowy to it. Very nice cream color there. All right, then Lemon Yellow. Okay, well actually it's a light lemon yellow. I wrote lemon yellow on the sheet. It's actually light lemon yellow. But number 30. I put the numbers next to the names too, so if you're not sure, you can look at the number and see. It's a number 30 light lemon yellow. Yes. I didn't put the WP. See, all their numbers are like WP and 3 digits. So it's like WP001, WP002. So it's to save space. Instead of putting WP, I put just the color, name of the pencil color, and then 003 or 030 or whatever it is. So that's how I did my sheet here, my swatch sheet. In case you get it and are confused by it, that's why. That's what I did. All right, so next is light cadmium yellow. So these pencils are great for when you just put a layer down, you just use a scribble method, you know, scribbling kind of, you know, you don't have to layer neatly with these if you don't want to. And you just get any blender stump or whatever, blender pencil, and they just blend out so nicely, and so they're so pigmented. It looks great. I was very happy, like I said, with how it came out on my watercolor, the page that I had put watercolor base on. So very exciting there. Very happy with these pencils. So it took me a little while though to like these pencils. I was not happy at first, so, but first impressions can be wrong if you're not taking in the paper into account. So that's what I gotta do from now on. Make sure cadmium yellow is the next one. This is great. I always like to have a set that has a lot of yellows, reds, and blues, the basics there. So it's always great to see. It's giving you a lot of options here for what you can do, combinations you can make. And next is sunburst yellow. Much more orangey than the rest. Yes. So, you know, come to think of it, now that I put the sunburst yellow down, which is a very light orange color, and I compare it to the yellow ochre, I can see the yellow ochre is not as orangey as I had the first impression I had gotten. You know, it's all comparison. Now that I'm actually seeing a yellow orange near it, it's like the yellow ochre doesn't look so yellow orange. It does look more brownish, yellowy, which it should. That's the yellow ochre color. So yeah. Next, Spanish orange, which is going to be very yellow orange here. Here we go. Spanish orange, 44. And this is much brighter than the sunburst, much more orangey. Probably colored a little neater. I haven't been very neat coloring these in. I'm usually neater than this. I'll try to be a little bit more neater here. So the box is filled up nicely. Just gonna go back a little bit on the sunburst yellow here and just fill in those white spaces a little bit. Yeah. All right, so next is cadmium orange. Okay, we're moving into the oranges now. So it's going to start showing a little bit clearer, I think. I don't know, the camera's picking up these yellows so well. Okay, and next one, cadmium orange hue. Yeah, put that here. Let me just get out of the way. So these pencils do work very well with copy paper. On smooth, good quality copy paper. Which is like Amazon paper, I guess. a little bit, I think this paper is a little better than Amazon paper, but these probably work okay on Amazon paper, but anything better. It works wonderfully on the Fairy Tales and Folklore Emily Oberg book. Of course, I guess you could say on that nice paper, when you've got really good quality paper, all pencils pretty much work well on it. But these pencils work get very pigmented, work very well on like smooth paper with very little tooth. So it comes in, I think it's a great, yeah, I think it's just great for that. All right, so next, Rose Carmine. I look for a rose carmine color now. Let's see. You get peach. Yeah, so the pencils in the box don't come in the same order as on the website, which is no big deal, but makes it a little bit more. Here we go. I found it. I will want these pencils in order though, so I think what I'm going to do, because I want my sheet to reflect what's in the box. So give me 1 second here while I do that. So I get yellow ochre and then cream. No, yellow ochre, cream. Yeah, where's the cream? Okay, hold on. Okay, white. Let's start from the beginning. White, faint yellow, light yellow glaze. Okay, light yellow glaze, spring bud, yellow ochre, and then cream. Am I reorganizing pencils? Is so much fun. Is it? Okay, here's cream. My other set there. So cream and then lemon yellow, light lemon yellow. Okay. And then light cadmium yellow. Next, and then cadmium yellow there, and then sunburst yellow, and then Spanish orange. So this Spanish orange and this sunburst. Okay, sunburst, Spanish orange. Okay, the next cadmium orange hue. Oh no, cadmium orange. There's cadmium orange and cadmium orange hue. Two separate colors there. So this is cadmium orange number 60. And then cadmium orange hue number 70. All right, so now that's the order. That's the first row of the sheet. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see, this is the first row here. I'm going to take all these out and I'm just going to put them all in the order of this sheet so I can find these easier later on. So that's the whole point, right? All right. So next line, I have rose carmine. Is the next color. Very pretty. It's a nice muted kind of earthy rose, dusty kind of rose here. All right, this dusty rose. Next is dark Naples. Peach. Uh-oh. Okay, put these aside for a moment. Doesn't seem to be there. Okay, here we go. Dark Naples, number 43. This one is the next one. Yeah, it's very nice Naples yellow here. Naples ochre. Yeah, so it's a brownish, yellowish Naples color. Dark chrome yellow now. I have that here. I don't think so. No. Here it is. Dark chrome yellow, number 45. This looks more orangey compared to Naples ochre, much more orange looking. Dark yellow chrome. There we go. Next is light cinnamon, number 125. Another gorgeous skin tone or flower color or anything. Cinnamon buns, cinnamon color here. That's very pretty, very nice deep pink here, shadow kind of pink here. Very pretty, grayish pink maybe I should say. I think all the color pencil makers are afraid to use the traditional skin tone names for fear of the woke counterculture coming after them and saying, you know, flesh tone is all colors, you can't call it flesh, you know. But they would use that for a peach color. So now they're using fruit and everything, so that's why I think they call it light cinnamon, even though it's very much a flesh tone there. They don't dare call it flesh anymore. Yes, yes. So because of, you know, online tyranny there, policing everybody's speech. Yeah, you know, it's amazing to view everything that's been going on the past few years in light of like a color revolution and seeing how they like to go back in history and rewrite things and remake things and say, no, that's not what happened. This is what happened. Very Orwellian and everything, all that's happened in the past few years and continues in many minds. It's like, why did we live in interesting times for sure? This is 128. So orange. Luckily, orange is politically correct. The neo-Nazi cancel culture woke Marxist communists are okay with orange, at least for now. Of course, they'll probably say orange man bad and want to ban orange. everywhere. That would be trouble for Woomer because all their marketing is in orange, all their tins and everything, their boxes. All right, I'll stop joking about it. All right, so no jokes, no jokes. All right, pale vermilion. So you wouldn't think colors could be controversial, but the cancel culture stuff, even colors and color pencils could be controversial and something to get complained about. I mean, I haven't seen anything recently. It's just the height of all the nonsense. Anyways, pale vermilion is next. Crimson Lake. What's this? Carmine. They are tricky to read sometimes with the foil, but yeah, just the right spot, you can read it. Yeah, just the right lighting. Okay, this is light crimson. When Lori at Color My World made her pencils, her Starjoy pencils, she made sure to have the writing on the pencils nice and big there for everyone. This is pale vermilion. 132. Found it. Here we go. Because that is challenging to stressful, an added stress or irritant you don't need. You're trying to create some artwork and you can't see the pencil names and you're trying to find a pencil, right? Which is why I always use these swatch sheets and you make sure to keep my pencils in the same order so it's a lot less stress or aggravation in finding what I want. And yeah, that much better. It's a little bit better. There we go. So that was pale vermilion. Okay, and next is light cadmium red. 101. Let's see. Light cadmium red. I wonder if it's in the next. Alizarin, crimson, scarlet, carmine. I have every red but that one, which is great to have all these reds. Crimson, permanent red, and light crimson. No, 138. Light cadmium red. Now it's carmine. Yeah, I'm not seeing it there. It's got to be in my 72 set here. Unless it's a much lighter shade than I thought. Light cadmium, maybe it's this one of these very light pencils here. I'm looking at the red pencils. Ah, there it is, 101. There's a light pink color, that's why. Okay, so it went yellow and then oranges, and now we're getting into the pinks. That's the color groupings that I got these names from. Off the website, this is how they divided the colors. So I just kept it together like that. That's what threw me off. I was expecting another dark pencil. Instead, it's a light one. That's okay. It's going by tones. So now we're getting away from the orange and we're going just reds now. Okay, now light peach. 102. Very close in color to light cadmium red. Yeah, slightly. Let me see here. The lighting is right in my eyes when I work on these. But yeah, this is a slightly less orangey than the right, slightly less red, orangey or whatever than light cadmium red. Just a slight tint change there. A little more flesh toned is light peach than the light cadmium red. They would definitely work well together. All right, Flapper Dust 108. Flapper Dust. It's a great name. I don't think I've seen that one before. Flapper Dust for a pink pencil. Usually you see blush or something of that nature. The best names are the Black Widow pencils. Whoever named those pencils is the best. Anyways, it was funny. It's a good time picking those names. All right, so Flapper Dust 108 or 103. Okay, so this is 103, not 108. So I made a little boo-boo on the sheet there. See, as I go through it, I realized I made mistakes here. So this is, instead of 108, I saw it was an 8, it was a 3. And lemon yellow is a light lemon yellow. So I may go and fix that later. Just minor little things. All right, because I checked and double checked and triple checked this sheet, so I know all the colors are here. Because I knew I was going to be using it and printing it out. I didn't want it to be right, but still, even after that, sometimes it's something you miss. A little typo here or there. All right, so next is light pink red 104. And the cat is meowing to come in, so I'm going to have to step away for a moment. Yeah, I think it's time to take a little break. I'm going to get up and stretch my legs anyways. So I'm stopping here at light pink 104. And I'm going to step away for a little bit, like 5 minutes. And I'll put my, yes. And then peach. One, two, three. Light purple pink. That's pink matter. That's crimson. 303. Might be on the second. Oh, here it is. So the order on my sheet I made here is very different than the box. So hopefully that doesn't throw too many people off. Like I said, I went by their website and how they ordered the colors there. So, but they did it section by section. You know, they separated the orange from the pinks, from the yellows. So that's how they're grouped together. This is the pink area. So that's light purple, pink. And next is rose. No, the next one is pink matter. Pink matter. That's 305. Oh no, this is 110. So it's the wrong number there. This one's Pink Matter Lake 305. Okay, so it's Pink Matter Lake. Okay, it's not to be confused with Pink Matter. So look out for that. There's a Pink Matter and a Pink Matter Lake. I'm so glad I put the numbers in there, on there. So it's 305. That's what I have here on the sheet. Very pretty color, very pretty pink. All right, then grade lavender. That's this one, number 318. Grade lavender. Very nice, very pretty. This is a great tone for shading on faces and skin tones, as well as flowers and anything else. So many things you can use this color for. Just comes so in handy to have a grade lavender color. I'm almost done with the first layer here in order. Okay, so seashell is the next color. Seashell pink, number 105. Very pretty pink color here. Very nice. A little more peachy than I expected. A little like a touch of orange in there. But it's, you know, like a perfect combination, like a balance of pink and orange, which I love. Very nice blend there. Great color. Another skin tone there. And then we have salmon pink. I have light salmon here. Okay, so not to be confused with salmon pink, which is another color. Okay. Different number. Let's see if I can find it. Salmon pink, baby pink, light salmon, salmon pink. Here we go. 120. Yes. Another good skin tone for just peachy color here, very light. Beach sand. Natural looking kind of tone here for fruits. Sunshine, sunlight backgrounds. All right, so that's the first row here is done. So this is the first row in order of the sheet. So now I'm going to move, I'll put this aside to go back in its box. And now we're going to be moving to the second row, and I'm going to be putting the pencils in order here. So I'm going to take them all out, all these pencils, bam. So I get to them all. We're coming up to the reds next. That's why I got all these reds over here. So, and then there'll be the blues. So these are going to be coming, we're doing these after we finish the reds. So I'm going to put those to the side over there for now. And look for baby pink. So I have baby pink here. Yes, I do. Here we go. Baby pink 308. Lots of pinks in this set. So if you love, great for, again, skin tones and whatnot. But if you love pink, you have a whole selection of different pink tones to work with, which is great. And most people do color in portraits like I do. I do portraits all the time. That's what I love doing the most. So I'm very happy with it. All right, so that's baby pink. You would think it would be light, but the light's a little darker than the light pinks. It's a more of a mid-tone pink there. Now, next we have violet pink. We have violet pink here. It's lavender there. Let's check these pencils for the pink ones. They have a couple of reddish pinky ones here. Light magenta. Red violet. Nah. Put those back. Violet pink I want now. Still looking for it. Violet pink. Got a rose red. Yeah, I'm looking at the outside of the pencils, trying to see if I can locate it that way. The colors usually match the color on the pencil pretty well. I'm not finding violet pink very easily right now. 315. I got red violet, but that's not the same. There's red violet, but I want violet pink. So just going through my pencils, violet pink, violet pink. And it doesn't help that the writing is not the easiest to see. Okay, what's this? Oh, I think I got it. All right, finally found it. Violet pink 315. There we go. Oof. You were a pain in the butt to find, but you are a very pretty bright pink. This reminds me of like opera pink in Winsor Newton. Maybe same color and Prismacolor. I think they seem to copy a lot of Prismacolor names here. They're not as good as Prismacolor, no. But they do work very well. And they are fun to color with. It feels very smooth to color with, very comfortable. It's not scratchy at all. Yeah, so there we go. All right, violet pink is done. I don't know if I colored that to the It's not the smoothest color job I've ever done here. Try that. All right, so next, Pink Matter. Oh, I got it. Pink Matter 110. Okay, very nice. Very nice pink matter. It sort of looks neon colored. When you look at the outside, you might think this is a neon color, but it's not. It's a nice mid-tone pink there. All right, finally, we get the light salmon. We're going to be using that. It's been sitting over here, being ignored. And then we're going to be getting into the reds after this. This is the last pink of the pink section. So again, it's been yellow, orange, pinks, and after this we're going into the reds. And we've got a lot of different reds to look at, which is great. I'm all for all the different shades of reds and blues that we can get. The reds and blues and yellows the most important, right? And the grays, in my opinion. That was light salmon. And next is carmine. Come on down. Where is carmine? There we go. Number, oh no, that's not it. It's carmine red. That's it. It should be carmine red. I think I got the wrong number there. No, it should be 133. Looks like I got another typo on my, oh no, 150. There's carmine and there's carmine red. Yeah, these names are going to be the end of me, I tell you. So it's 150 for carmine and 133 carmine red. But I have carmine red here, 142. I think that's a typo. Yeah, so I think I just put a little typo there, so I'm just going to fix that with my pen here. So carmine red should be 133. Okay. Alright, so carmine red. There we go. 133. Alright, so next is Crimson Lake. That's 155. Crimson, it's Crimson Lake. Nice cool red. Like I don't think this is orangey. I think this is more of a cool red. Cool tone there. Scarlet Lake. Oh my goodness. Oh, there it is. Scarlet Lake. 159. Okay, this is more of an orangey or mid-tone kind of red. Scarlet here. Very bright, very vivid. Carmine. Next is Carmine. Go. Number 133. Didn't I just do this? Carmine red. Oh, see, I messed up. See, I had it right. I have two Carmine reds here. But this one's not Carmine red, it's just Carmine. Oh my goodness. So I had 133 over here and I scribbled that one out and put it there. So now I gotta scribble out the 133 here. Put in 150. And this one is just Carmine. So Carmine and 150, and over here is Carmine red 133. Not confusing at all, not at all. Okay, here we go. So I had gotten the number wrong, I think, on this one. It should have been 150. So the number was wrong on this one, was the only thing. So I should have changed the number to this one. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Change the number. There we go. More orangey red than the scarlet. Next is a red called Chili Pepper. That's what I compared these with the Arctics, because they both had chili pepper. And we have that. Where is it? There it is. Chili pepper number 149, which is a deeper, more brownish red, darker red, more of a burnt red, I would say, than the others, just slightly. Still very bright. Fire engine red. In the darker areas. Or blood red. Yes. The chili pepper, nice deep red, natural red color there. And the next one is rose red. But I just saw it. Okay, here we go. Rose red. 153. Next, madder red purple. It's here. Over up there. Looking for madder red purple. Ah, here we go. Found it. Finally. Here we go. Number 176. This is definitely more of a burnt red. I don't remember what the color would be in Prismacolor. It's on the tip of my tongue. What it similar to this color. Very brownish red. This madder red purple. So that's not of a. The name is a misnomer there. This is not purpley to me. This is red and brown. I guess more of a bluish, cool tone. What does this color remind me of? Hold on a second. I've got my swatch sample of Prismacolor. These are all Prismacolor pencils. So if you want to learn, all right. So this color is very similar to this one. So what do you think this color is? It is Tuscan red. Yeah, this is very similar to Tuscan red. That's what it was reminding me of, I think. All right, red purple. Red purple. 188. We see a red purple. I'm not seeing it. Let's try over here. Red purple. Here it is. Red purple number 188. And this is a purpley color, but it's still very brownish purple. Much more violet looking than the madder red purple for sure. Similar earthy kind of tone there. Gorgeous tone. Okay, nice deep earthy tones there. Next is light crimson. Here we go. Right in front of me, 138. Now we're getting back to a lighter mid-tone pink color. Like crimson, and then we're going to be doing some more reds. These are just the beginning. I think these are just the orangey reds, and then we're going to be going into the neutral and cool reds next. So we got lots of reds here. This is light crimson. Very pretty. Medium to dark pink here. All right, so now we're getting into the reds with crimson. 147. Getting into the lipstick colors. Lipstick reds. If you do a lot of portraits, like I do. Or these are the cherry strawberry colors. Lush. Nice and dark and pigmented there. Only takes a few layers there. Very good. Next is carmine. Okay, number 150, carmine. So the carmine's a bit lighter shade than the crimson. Nice cool tone to it. But a bit more neutral. I think so. Compared to the crimson in this pencil, the carmine looks warmer. But I think all in all, it's cooler than the earlier ones. It's very pretty. All pretty reds here. The alizarin crimson is next. 183. Now we're getting to a darker red color here. More along the lines of the Tuscan red in the Prismacolor box, or the matter red purple of the Woomer box. This looks kind of similar, but this is a bit redder. This one's more brown than this is turning out the alizarin crimson. So alizarin crimson is definitely a nice deep natural red, like fall leaves, or just Christmas ribbons. Nice deep red there. Nice thick velvety red color that you would see on a queen or a king's robe or something. Yeah, gorgeous looking red there. Very deep, gorgeous red. All right, so next is lavender 325. And lavender looks like lavender, what you would expect. Very pretty purpley, pinkish color. More purpley than pink. Lavender is, but it's its own unique, beautiful spring color here. Perfect for this time of the year, right? Beautiful. Beautiful lavender. Okay, next is royal violet. See if I have that over here. I have a bunch of purples I put over here on the side. Let's take them out. Do I have a royal violet? Yes, I do. This is number 360, and it's called Royal Violet. And it's right next to lavender, the royal violet and the lavender together really look nice. It reminds me of the 1980s outfits. These colors of the this pencil keeps, my hand keeps hitting the pencils and they keep jumping around. It's distracting me. Just do that. I'll hold the pencils. There we go. Every time I color the sheet, the pencils are jumping up and down. All right. You know, it's like on web pages when you have those distracting ads on the side, or on YouTube when you see the distracting videos on the side. I can't stand it. It totally distracts me. I don't like anything in my peripheral vision distracting me. Thank you. There we go. I won't tolerate it, I tell you. So this is Royal Violet 360. There we go. But it goes very well with lavender. It looks very nice together. Good combination there. Deep violet. Now I need a deep violet color. Got a pale violet here. What's this? Black grape. That's coming up. Magenta, red violet. Oh my goodness, what's this? There we go, deep violet, found it. Number 379, deep violet. It's a nice earthy kind of tone here, maybe a little brownish, I guess. That would make sense. Earthy would be brownish. So that's what this deep violet looks very like grapes. Looks very natural. Perfect for grapes. Or plums. Gorgeous color. There we go. Okay. All right, next is red violet. Let's see, can I find that? Yes, got it here. Red violet 385. And again, another brownish, purplish kind of color, but more brown than purple here. Or deep grape color here. Also a nice color. More of a reddish grape, while the other one may be more of a purplish grape. Be very nice. Okay, next is manganese violet. Oh my. I don't think I saw that one. Manganese violet. Got pale violets. I didn't see that color. Hold on. Manganese violet. Let me find this one. There it is. Okay, this is manganese violet. It's like a close to lavender type color. Threw me off there. I was looking for a darker reddish pencil. Instead, it's more of a lavenderish light purple color. So this is manganese violet. A little bit more purplish than the lavender. Very pretty color. Go well with the lavender. Now, next is violet. Just plain violet. Can I find that one now? Yeah, light violet. Pale violet. Found light violet, pale violet. I just want plain violet. And there it is. I found it. Violet. So this is why new colorists could go crazy with these colors. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. We just look at the names. 377. Yeah, I could see why, you know, when you're newer to this, seeing all these color names and going, what? Light violet, pale violet, violet, what the? You're just starting out with these colors. You're thinking, okay, it's red, green, blue, light red, dark red, right? Light blue, dark blue. You get all these colors that can. So you have to get a college degree in this or something, or a degree in it anyways. Certificate, let's say. College degrees aren't worth anything anymore. It is so much funny. All right, so that is violet. Just violet. 377. Put that there. Next, we have light red violet. Oh, another violet color. Light red violet. Let's see if I can find that. Light red violet. Found it. Number 380. See, I've been getting used to since, you know, about 2017 when I started all of this and watercolor. I really got into it. I had to learn all these colors with color pencils and with watercolor colors as well. So I'm doing both colors, wrapping my head around both both systems of colors, which are very similar though. I noticed these connections. All right, so here's another example of color names. So we've got royal violet, and we also have royal purple. Isn't violet purple? I heard violet and purple are the same thing, right? Here we go again with these weird names. So we got, which could be confusing, right? So if somebody tells you use royal violet, you might pick the royal purple out of your, you know, pencil case, thinking that's what they meant. So it could, potential problem there for someone in the future potentially. So anyways, royal violet 360, royal purple 366. So let's see if I can find it. Royal purple. Yes, I got it. Royal purple 366. Here we go. 2 royal purples, or 1 royal purple, 1 royal violet, same difference. But they're 2 separate colors in this case, in this pencil set, you know. And that's fine. That's fine. They have different numbers and everything, so it's not a problem. Nice. This is much darker. Okay, so royal purple is much darker than and red, a bit more reddish than a royal violet. I don't think I would put them together. I don't think they would blend so well together, in my opinion. Because this looks a little bit more. I mean, you could blend them together. I mean, they're close. You could, but I would. The royal purple looks a little more redder to me. I would want to mix it with a reddish color, but of course you can also go bluish because it's blue and red. Anyways, I'm gonna be quiet now and get on to pale violet. Pale violet. Pale violet 320. Okay, pale violet is a grayish violet color, which is very nice, very pretty. It will come in handy with skies and cloudy clouds, maybe. This would be great for inside a cloud. The darker area of the cloud, of course, darker side, dark or storm clouds or flowers. Or skin tones. This would be a shading color for skin tones for some people. But it would go, this could be used in so many ways. Very pretty pale violet. See, I would think that would be called a grade violet instead of pale. Because pale makes you think lighter, right? Because that's not light. Not really. I mean, I guess for violet it's light. So maybe. Yeah, okay, it's light for violet, I suppose. All right, next, light magenta. Here we go. Light magenta number 328. Nice, pretty color here. Nice bright purplish, reddish purplish, red violet. More red than, I forget how it goes again. If it's red violet, does it have more violet than red or more red than violet? I always get that backwards. Color My World explains it. It's more red with a little blue here, so I think that's, but it's very pretty light magenta color. I love magenta. Magenta is a very pretty color. Okay, so now I have light violet. So you got violet, light red violet, pale violet, and now light violet. Yeah, light violet. Yeah, another color, not to be confused with pale violet. Here we go. So this is light violet 350. Here we go. And it's more of a purple, which of course violet is purple, so makes sense. Bit grayish, I think. Or is that more pastel? Well, it's a bit darker than the pale violet. So the pale violet 320 is lighter than the light violet 350. Because that's pale violet and this is light violet. And light violet is definitely darker than pale violet. So you figure that one out for me, why the light one is darker than the pale. I don't know what the difference with light and pale. I thought they were the same word, like purple and violet, but what do I know, right? I've never made a pencil set, so I can't speak about it. So blue, next one is blue violet lake. Okay, we get into some blues now. I think I skipped a red somewhere though, because I have a permanent red here. I may have, I'm gonna have to fix this sheet, I think. I've got a alizarin crimson here, and I've got permanent red, and I'm not seeing it come up. I think it, where is it? Yeah, I think I... Okay, alizarin crimson's here. It's coming up. Okay, carmine. No, alizarin crimson, I did use that one. Never mind. Alizarin crimson was used. But I don't think I used permanent red. I have a permanent red that I didn't use. So I have an extra alizarin crimson is what's going on there. So it doesn't look like I have my permanent red here. I may have to add that to the sheet later. I don't know how I missed it because I have 133 colors here. Oh man. Chili, carmine, scarlet, crimson, carmine, red. There's a carmine and then a carmine red. Rose, madder, light crimson, crimson, carmine. 150. Okay. Carmine got doubled here. I see what happened here. Ooh, caught it. I'm so glad I caught this now. All right, I'm going to have to fix this sheet. So don't download it until I fix it. I'll fix it when I'm done with this video. So wait a minute. Carmine 150, Carmine 150. Oh, I already colored it in. All right, so I accidentally doubled up Carmine 150. Man, how did I do that? So I'm going to be crossing this one out. And I'm going to be adding... I don't know how I did that. Permanent red. I do not want to do this sheet over again. So I'm just going to add it on the side here. Permanent red 142. And I'm putting it right here at the end. Probably should have put it up a line, but whatever. And this is going to be after. I should put it up here. I'm going to put it up here after chili pepper. This is going to be, I'll put it right here. Permanent red. Oh my goodness. Well, I will fix that and upload it again. Permanent red 142. Okay. Where's chili? Okay, so there's chili here. So chili pepper and then permanent red is going to go there. And I think that's it. The rest are just doubles. I'm going to alizarin crimson there. Okay. All right. Okay, sometimes you don't realize mistakes you make in your sheet until you go through it all one by one, like this. So, blue violet is next. Blue violet lake, number 220. See, that's the confusing thing about it is I have doubles. So I know I'm going to have some extras here on the side that are not going to go into the box. But then I have to, if I miss one by accident or skip one, it's difficult to notice because I have all these doubles. It just confuses things more. Yeah, sort of can make it a little bit more confusing there. Yeah. All right. Helps out. Okay, so this is blue violet lake 220. It's going to go there. We're finishing up the second row of this box of 30. Got one more. So next one is phthalo cyan blue. Can't even pronounce this one. This name is like ridiculous. I think they made it up. The longest is cobalt blue. Okay, that's a normal name. muted turquoise, aquamarine. Okay, this is it. Look at that. PHTHALOCYANINE. Phthalocyanine blue. I mean, come on now. Somebody's being ridiculous there. I'm sorry. That name. That's just absurd. One word, 10 letters maximum. You went over your maximum number of letters. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. Those are 14 letters in that name. Phthalene cyanine. So no, 14 is over. Reject. Reject the name of this very pretty pencil. I do love blue-green, so I do love the color. Turquoise is one of my favorite colors, so cannot. But the name is just ridiculous. So it's like supercalifragilistic blue. It's ridiculous. All right, so this is done. Second row. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Might remember that correct. All right, cobalt blue. Cobalt blue. It's indigo blue. Just had cobalt, I thought. Ultramarine. Oh my goodness. Sky blue. Okay, cobalt blue. Cobalt blue. Okay, so first one for the last row here is cobalt. I'm gonna move this out. Get all the pencils out here. Starting with cobalt. Okay, and next helio blue. Helio blue reddish 250. Very pretty reddish blue here. I think denim looks great with denim. Just the ocean. It's very cheerful blue, very vivid, cheerful blue there. Need to erase just a little bit. Being perfectionist here a little bit. Should I get rid of that? Went over the line. Anyways, Indothrone blue. This one's a more deeper color. Deeper denim ocean color here. Next is indigo. Speaking of ocean colors. Next we have indigo. Yes, much darker than the rest. Not as bright as the others. More deep ocean blue here. Gorgeous indigo. Muted turquoise. There we go. 284. Muted turquoise is very nice. I love the turquoise color. It's got nice toned down grayish look to it. Like an old blanket. Very comforting, relaxing. Aquamarine, another color I love here. Let's see, cobalt blue. Where is it? There we go. Aquamarine 286. So I'm about halfway done this sheet. I was going to try to finish this in one video, but it's so humid and hot here today that under this hot light, because you need a bright light to do this, I am feeling very hot under these lights. And so I'm going to have to stop here, and I'm going to correct my sheet here and re-upload it. And yeah, and maybe in my next video, I'm going to be using the pencils after I get them all in order and using them on another coloring page in the fairy tales and folklore book. I did another page in watercolor, and I'm going to go over the watercolor base with these Woomer pencils. So there you have it. I'm going to stop right there. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.